Good afternoon. This is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 610 Alder Avenue here in Jervis. We're located at the front of the house, smack dab in front of the front door here. We have a 3-inch ABS cleanout. The cleanout furthest from the front door is the sewer cleanout. The other one there is going to be for your storm system and probably also tied into your low point drain in the crawl space. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We're going to zero the foot counter out at the base of the cleanout. And off we go. All right, so there's a reasonable amount of grease buildup in the line. Some of these spots where it kind of looks like my camera's going underwater, I think may be related to my camera scraping debris off the bottom of the pipe and kind of damming the pipe up in front of us. So we'll get a better view here as we come out, but I am going to recommend cleaning on the line. You've got a continuous layer of grease and debris buildup throughout the pipe so far. This spot here may very well be a belly though. An actual one. Everything else I've seen so far, we'll have to see what it looks like when the line drains. But even this location too, I run into a huge chunk of debris right as we got into that standing water, so we shall see. And we just transitioned there a moment ago over to 4-inch 3034 PVC pipe. So that spot we just went through there is definitely a belly. We didn't run into any big masses of debris or anything like that coming out the other side of it. This thing gets way the heck out there.
Oh, is it?
And I'm 90 feet out right now. A long line. That's what happens sometimes when the main lateral doesn't come far enough up the street. They got to run it way down the road to find it.
Oh.
There's the main there at 116 feet, or about, actually closer to 117. Let's see here. No, 116 feet. We're going to go locate here while the line drains out, and then we'll take a better look at things. All right, locate the camera head. So as you face this house from the street, the line runs out to essentially kind of where the gravel parking area is on this side of the road. Line turns and then shoots over to the intersection that's to the right of this house. So it looks like it goes across the neighbor's kind of driveway entry that's directly to the right of this home. Goes past their house now to the intersection where I did put a green marking down in the road. You're about 5 foot to 5 foot 2 inches deep there. All right, so where we are located right now, it's honestly kind of what I expected. It's right where the neighbor's driveway entry is, where their gravel, where their driveway basically turns to gravel, kind of in the right-of-way area. So that marking may not last for a long time. I'll try and take a photo of it. But see, you can see the amount of grease and debris buildup here, although the level of standing water is very minimal. So this is why I wanted to drain out. You have almost no belly there whatsoever. You have somewhat of a belly, but it looks like it's only maybe a 1/16 quarter inch of water. At 80 feet out, that's not something I generally speaking recommend repairs on, but we'll see how pervasive it is throughout the line. Yeah, so far, so I mean, we're barely hitting even a 1/16 of an inch of water here. We'll see if it gets deeper though. But if you get a fair amount of grease and debris going down the line, it will tend to concentrate quite a bit in those areas.
Cleaning. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, there we go. Now. I'm just waiting for the line to drain off here. Had some water come down the line. Where we're currently at, the line, again, it runs through that gravel area adjacent to the roadway. I have put some paint markings down. I'm using green paint. We're about 3 foot 7 inches deep here and approximately 4 feet deep at the other end of the belly. Right now we are just barely on the street side of the little fence at the front of the property. Approximately 3 foot 4 inches deep there.
How's it going?
All right, so the belly starts on this side of the fence line, just barely under the hedgerow. Another tricky spot to locate, but I'm getting around 2.5 feet deep there. And then just on the other side of the little fence is where the belly dissipates off. All right, just went backwards into the house. If the line does get cleaned, I would try and flush the interior and exterior both. You do have grease buildup going back into the home here. There is some level of standing water, although this is a little hard to gauge going back in here with just the grease buildup in the line. Could be responsible for a bit of that standing water there. And I would talk to the city and find out whose responsibility the line is once you hit the right-of-way area. Some cities are responsible from that point on, some are not. But that's at least worth looking at there. If the bellies there are not corrected, the line obviously needs a thorough hydrojetting. I would like to see it jetted regardless. You do have grease buildup throughout the full length of the sewer line. There are parts and pieces that don't, but it runs most of the length of the line there. And if repairs do happen, that falls into homeowners' territory, especially with a line like this, it's tighter tolerances. It's a long run. You don't have a lot of depth, but the main's only 5 feet deep. These are going to be lines that are more prone to settling in general just because of that. If you do a rescope, you want to make sure that happens when the trench is closed, not beforehand, or you may not catch any settling issues. This line, for instance, when the trench was open, the grade probably looked perfect. So it's not until you put weight on top of the line that you can catch settling problems.